We are going to look for beginners fishing gear under $20 today, and we are gonna give it a shot and see what we can find, especially for you, for all those beginner anglers out there, and see what we can find and get you guys started on your fishing adventure. All right, let's go check it out. SoCal. Hi, welcome to another episode of Recast Fishing in SoCal. Today we are at Bass Pro Shops in Ontario, and we are going to look for beginners fishing gear under $20 today. Okay, let's see. First thing of all, let's get everyone started with some hooks, maybe some weights, maybe some lures, depending on what we're fishing for. So we'll see what we could get for under $20. Okay, great thing about today is that they're doing lots and lots of sales. So let's say you're going pier fishing. This is one of the best things you could get. Sabiki, it's like $1.99. Definitely need one of these. Actually, I'm gonna buy one for myself. I'm gonna grab one of these right here. Also see the PLine Lazer Minnow. This is 3 ounce, but I found a 2 ounce. Looks like a sardine, maybe anchovy color. This will be pretty useful. You go saltwater fishing, going for bonita, mackerel, even deep sea fishing. Let's say you don't know what you're going for, so then that'll be pretty good. $5 kind of pricey. We'll go adjust to that. We're now here at the saltwater hook section. One of the popular hooks are the owners. There's like a size 2 light circle hook. We're looking for a bait hook, because if you go saltwater fishing, you will use bait, and you will use bait hooks. A lot of times, a lot of people use circle hooks because they're more easier to catch fish, but you really can't set the hook on a circle hook. So highly recommend you starting off with something most simple, easiest to use, and it will be a size 2 bait hook. Here's like a 2-aught, not too bad. And this one's made by Eagle Claw, $10, not too expensive. Or you could get Gamakatsu, which you could also buy at Walmart, and they're very reliable, and they're not too bad of a price. Price is very negotiable. Light bait, and some of them even have rings on it. Depends if they're alive or not alive. You might want to stay with the ringed or not ringed. So let's stick with this Eagle Claw. Looks pretty interesting. I honestly never tried it before. I'll try this one. Alright, here are the top 4 that we got for saltwater fishing. This is the hooks, the weights, some of the rigs they could use. This is the sabiki, and this is like the lure you can use also. And this is gonna be the live bait hook you could use. This is the pyramid sinker. It's kind of a little expensive, but the sabiki, it's a great deal. It's like $1.99. This is a $5 lure. You could also use it on the boat if you go on the head boat. It ran a little bit over. It's like a 21.16, but hey, if you're gonna go saltwater fishing, it'll totally be worth it, because a lot of these you'll more likely use more than once. Saltwater hooks, I'm sure if you take care of it, you can use it more than once. I hope you don't lose it. And this does not include your rod and reel, obviously. So this is the saltwater portion, so under or around $20, we'll say. When you go trout fishing, definitely gonna need power bait. Like one of the easiest things you could use to catch trout. White is very popular, but let's go with standard color. Let's go with the garlic. Garlic, you can never go wrong. Then you don't need to put extra scent or anything like that. Let's go with the garlic. Actually, let's look for a sherbet. If you can find a sherbet garlic flavor, that's always like the one to go with. But since they don't have it at the moment, let's stick with the garlic flavor. Okay, garlic's a buy. Now let's go look for the hooks. Okay, we're now at the hook section. You would like to get what I would like to call the worm hook, if I could find one here. Looks like everyone's starting to buy their trout worm hook. That's a big worm hook, huh? It is a worm hook. It's called a TW hook. It's basically called a trout worm hook. You can actually get it for $3.79. You could buy it cheaper depending on where else you could go to. Let's see if we can get a smaller size hooks. You could also use a treble hook, but you're going to get like 3 for this price. But you could get more for the TW hooks, the trout worm hooks. They're a lot more. Oh, here we go. Size 16. You don't want to go too small because then it's like really hard to catch fish with those. Let's stick with the size 12s. That looks pretty reasonable. And they're $3.79 each. Still under 20. That's good. Okay, here's the weights. You would like to use not regular round split shots because then they're really not reusable. You want to use something that's reusable. And you want to look for the lightest one because then you can always put more on there. Instead of just using one big one and it turns out to be too heavy for you. This looks like a 3-aught. But then you do not need that many. I wonder if there's a smaller one. Here you go, removable split shot for just $2.99. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we're here at the Kastmaster. I'll try maybe this one. It's like a, what is it? 1/8 ounce blue. It's like a blue one. Yeah, this one's pretty good. There's a little bit bigger one, but thinking any freshwater bass or possibly trout won't have their mouth so big. So this one's probably a good size one. They have different ones like this one. This one has a little feather on it. These are probably good for saltwater. So if I'm going for, let's say, bonita or mackerel and all that, could possibly go for those. But I'm gonna stick with this one. Okay, this is the freshwater portion. This is the hooks you can use. These are the weights, the split shots. It's like the lure, and this is like the bait you can use for trout and stuff. So this only comes out to maybe like $13.34-ish, not including tax. But the hooks, you can use it for all kinds of other fish besides trout, like bluegill, and bass, depending on how big they are. The weight's multiple uses. You can even use it in saltwater depending on what you're going for. And the Kast Master obviously is for trout, but then depending on the situation, you could also transfer it over to saltwater too. So, and if you want to, if you like it, you could also troll with it, and you could put up the size going for bigger fish too. And power bait, always use power bait, because if you're going with younger kids, or you're going with people who's really not good at fishing, this is gonna be your secret weapon. This will always help out, and you really don't need too much of it. You could slap it on your hook, catch a lot of fish. So this will be your under $15. It's only $13, so you can actually buy a little bit more and get into more variety of tackle. So this is the freshwater portion. I got my shopping stuff, and I did my saltwater and freshwater version of it. So if you're going to freshwater, you may be saving some money. If there's anything you guys want to tell me, please leave it in a comment below, and hopefully we'll see you again on another episode of Recast Fishing in SoCal.